Hi, this is Jules from Chartier Legal. Today I'm going to talk about the contract of sale and the joint form of general conditions. Whether you buy a property through a real estate agent or privately, you are required by law in Western Australia and most other parts of the world to have it in writing. Now, a couple of considerations come into this. Before you buy a property, you need to consider, if you are the buyer, in whose name or what entity it must go into. For example, if you buy it in your own name and your partner's name and you want to then put it in a company, you might have stamp duty implications. So it's important, if you are buying an investment, to speak to your accountant about perhaps putting it in a discretionary trust or self-managed super fund. In addition, if you're making the offer, make it lower than the purchase price, because you can always go up and you can't go down. Now, the scope or the time for this video is too short for me to go into every single detail about the contract, but it's really important that if you're serious about buying a property and you want to make sure that nothing goes wrong, that you come and see me before you sign the contract so I can go through it with you. Now, many people overlook what is called the joint form of general conditions, which is a purple document which goes with the contract of sale. Now, this is a document that will be given to you by the real estate agent at the time of signing the contract, which forms part of the contract. This deals with payment of the deposit and if you default or you're late for settlement or subdivision and various things. It's a lengthy document, and I do suggest that you take the time and to read it and understand it, because this is where people don't, where problems are caused later, when people receive documents and they don't read them and they didn't know that the day after that the sellers got till the day after settlement to move in, and it's not explained to them and it causes problems. In addition, one issue that causes big problems or huge problems is the finance clause. On the offer to purchase is what is called a finance clause, or no finance. If you are not getting finance and you cross the finance clause out, what you're saying is you will have the money at settlement in cash to pay for that property. So you cannot buy the property and then hope to go and get a mortgage, because that could cause you a problem. So my suggestion is, rather than making a cash offer, it's not wise to go in on a cash offer. Your circumstances might change, so you might as well always make it subject to finance. What this does is, if you're putting in an offer for a property which is worth $600,000, for example's sake, and you get a bank to value it, and the bank says, well, it's only worth $450,000, and they won't give you the loan because there's no value in the property, or you can't afford it. At least you have an out. If you put in a cash offer and that is the situation, well, you have a problem. Now, as I say, these are important issues, and there isn't sufficient time on this video to discuss it. So if you're a purchaser or a property investor and you're serious about getting the right outcome, give me a call, send me an email, and I'll have a look at your contract.